Today we're going to look at reality. We're going to look at what shooting in self-defense looks like, not shooting at a range. Let's get started. So for those of you that have a lot of rounds down range at an indoor range, wherever the case is, 7, 10 yards, 5 yards, whatever the case is, and you're doing well, congratulations, that's good. Getting the solid fundamentals is key. But now we want to look at the very stark difference between defensive shooting and the fundamentals, where we're getting perfect situations, the paper doesn't come at us, we're not in any real danger, we have plenty of time to get nice sight alignment, sight picture, good grip. This is down and dirty, what it's going to be like. I'm going to be running my everyday carry gun, which is my XDM subcompact here with the shortened grip on it. I'm running my regular inside the waistband holster that I wear every day. The only thing I'm going to do different today for this demonstrational video is I'm not going to wear an outer garment so you can kind of see what's going on. But other than that, we're going to get down and dirty with live fire and see how this looks. So here we are, realistic range rather. This is a realistic distance, not 7 yards. You're going to be 3 feet or less. This is where someone has already come into my space. I don't know, whatever the case is, ask me for directions, whatever, to distract me, and now they're here. And so now we're going to have to deal with this. So up close and personal, the first thing that we're going to end up doing here is the pelvic girdle shots. Very, very effective place. One, when I draw out, I'm going to be very close. I don't have to try to get any sight picture, sight alignment. I'm taking shots towards the center area, to this area here, because one, when we do damage to this, it causes damage to the person's structure. It doesn't matter whether they feel pain at the point or not. They can't physically walk, and so that's an advantage to us. So here's how it looks, right? We might want to create space first to get away towards the strike to the face, or just cover ourselves, but in either right. Range is hot. Okay, nice close shots. You notice it's starting to move. Let's say from here, let's go back. Same deal. Again, I'm here. 2 shots right back. Notice I keep the gun pretty close to my body here. If I have the option to come out, I can, but we're staying nice and tight right here, right in the center area here. This time we'll do a little bit of a strike to it. Okay, as you notice, when I come back and my elbow is back here, that's protecting my head from strikes or whatever the case is. Someone may be coming from behind, but again, I'm keeping my shots nice in this area. If we have the opportunity to create space, I'm just going to move back as we do this, so I'm not going to shoot, but we would draw out, do our shots, and then extend out. If that's the case, wonderful. Now, let's also assume the worst case here. I'm on the ground, and this can happen many different ways. So let's take a look at that. All right, I find myself on the ground. One of 2 reasons. One, either I have my gun out and I fall, and my gun's out on the ground, or I'm on the ground and I have to draw. Either case. So let's take a look at the first one. I'm going to fall down, draw my gun from the ground position, and I'm going to shoot. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. I'm in front of my bad guy, whatever it is. Maybe I backed up, maybe I was hurried, maybe I was shoved, I don't know. Bottom line though is I end up on the ground. Now typically in a martial arts setting, we're going to kind of slap the ground. Maybe we have the opportunity, maybe not. We're going to assume this is concrete, so if I can, I'm going to try to get my butt to the ground as close as I can first, just to try to lessen this. So here I am, bam. Okay, I'm down here. Now, from here, one, I got my feet. Don't forget about this. I have my feet as defensive tools if I need to. But if I have enough space, and I can, I'm going to go and draw my gun. So for me, I wear it at the 4 o'clock. So what I'm going to do in this case is just do myself a little bit of a turn here, drop my leg, pull my gun out, and I'm not going to flag my leg as I come up. From here, I can shoot from this position. Okay, I can shoot as I get up, or maybe I need to roll aside. I can do that. I can actually use my elbow here to brace on the ground and shoot. Very stable platform. For me, I like to keep my legs flat down here like this so that I can cover a wide range of area. I can shoot whenever I need to and not worry about muzzling myself. So now we're going to look at this from a scenario where we're going to the ground intentionally. Maybe we're using a car for some type of concealment and we have to get below it, or some type of structure, whatever. So we're going to get on the ground and I'm going to show you a couple of positions that we're going to shoot from. Okay, so let's assume that I drew, whatever the case is. I need to advance, and at this point now I need to get onto the ground. So we can get onto the ground from a prone position, meaning that I'm going to get down onto the ground, straight up and shoot. Or in most cases from here, I'm going to get into what I call more of a fetal position where I'm on my side. This allows me a great range of motion. It gives me excellent stability. I can shoot. Okay, nice and stability here. And I'm really flat on the ground. Maybe I got to get underneath a car. Maybe I got to get all the way down around something and shoot from a strange angle. That's all fine. I may need to rotate into a more prone position. Okay, maybe I got to sit up. The key here is I'm keeping my gun downrange at the threat. From here, I'm going to step back and continue. If I'm at the end here and my threat is down, I can now scan and assess. Now this one I like a lot. This is shooting from the kneeling position. I think this is very realistic, and this is probably one of the first things that I would do in a real life situation if I had the capability based on the surroundings and situations. Because one, shooters or whoever's shooting at you, we're extended out looking. Well, now I'm dropping my entire elevation, so I'm changing the trajectory. Not to mention the fact that if I'm in an urban environment where I have to take shots, if I'm shooting upward, good chance that, not that we ever want to miss, but reality is it can happen, and my shots are going upward, hopefully towards structures up top and not people to the left and right. And again, it just makes it a little more difficult, especially if it's a low light scenario where I can get down and crouch down behind something. So let's look at a couple different ways this is going to happen. So number one, I'm either approaching something, I'm advancing forward. As I do, I'm going to take my step forward and I'm going to drop my shooting knee. It doesn't matter at this point whether I've already drawn the gun or I'm drawing in the process, either way, because I can't predict how that's going to happen. But I'm going to come down, take my shots. I can still scan and assess from here. Notice my muzzle is not pointing at my body at any time. Okay? So I can still do that. Now let's assume that I cannot advance because there's a countertop here or some structure here. That's fine. That means I don't have to step back in the same process. So rather than going forward, I'm just going to drop this knee to the ground. Okay? Same process from there. I'm going to get up. If I need to take shots, I can still take my shots again. Scanning and assessing. See what's out there. Alright, now we're going to look at one-handed shooting, both strong hand, the hand you typically shoot with, and your offhand, because you may be in an either or scenario. So in this case, if I have the ability, I'm going to draw my gun out, one hand. Now when I shoot one-handed, it may depend. If I'm really close, just like with the pelvic girdle shot, I'm shooting close to my body. But just for easy demonstration, you can see I'm going to draw my hand out a little bit. Now, you'll notice that for me, I have a slight cant to the gun. Okay, I find that for me personally, that alignment of my bones helps me have a more stable shot. If you prefer to have the gun more erect, that's to each their own. There is no right or wrong on this one. But the main thing here is that if you're practicing this with a competent instructor, of course, is that we're keeping this offhand onto our body. We're touching our body. One, it gives us stability. Two, it makes sure that I have spatial awareness of this hand so I don't end up ever muzzling it myself. So here, turn the gun, take my shots. Okay, let's say I have to transition or I don't have this hand, so I'm going to come and grab with my left hand. Same process. Off hands on here, extend my shot, still take my shots. Okay, off hand too. All right, maybe I'm shooting from close or far, but again, same concept. I'm using that little bit of a cant with my wrist to give me stability, and I'm holding tightly. The last one, worst case scenario, one-handed and the gun malfunctions. In this case, I just don't have it around the chamber, but maybe it was a soft primer strike, whatever the case is. And so we're going to take the gun out, we're going to take our shot, it doesn't work, we're going to do an emergency rack off our belt, or whatever we have around us, tabletop, bad guy's face, whatever, and then we're going to take our shot. Okay, so I come out, bring my gun up, my gun goes dead, got dead trigger. Bottom line, if you know, I'm not saying don't take what I'm saying wrong. I'm not discouraging you from going from the range, not at all. Fundamentals are key, and even in all this, we're still basically doing the fundamentals. We still got to get the proper grip and all that. However, there's a very big difference between perfect environment shooting and realistic self-defense. And so, if you have the fundamentals down, definitely find someone in your area and learn this stuff, because this is the stuff that's going to make a difference whether you go home at night or not. Hope Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, we really appreciate it. I hope we've earned your support and we continue to get that. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram, Patreon, and YouTube. That's all I got for today. Until next time, remember, it's always better to be judged by 12 than carried by 6.